Welcome to my channel. My people, the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu has spoken again, and this time they are not holding back. They have condemned every attempt to justify the way Kanu was taken from Kenya in 2021 as illegal, unconstitutional, and against international law. They said some people are now trying to hide under an old colonial law, something called Male Captus Bene Detentus, which means that even if someone is captured illegally, their detention can still be legal. But Kanu's lawyers say that kind of thinking has no place in modern democracy like Nigeria. They called it executive illegality, a dangerous idea that can destroy the rule of law. They reminded the world that both the ECOWAS Court and the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention have already said that Kanu's arrest and transfer from Kenya was illegal, and that Nigeria must release him and pay compensation. They also pointed out that even countries like the United States and the United Kingdom no longer accept this kind of illegal capture. They cited court cases from those countries, saying no trial can continue when the accused was brought before the court through illegal means. The lawyers also reminded the government that the Nigerian Constitution, Section 35, 36, and 46 protects the right to personal liberty, fair hearing, and justice. And the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which Nigeria signed, also says the same thing. They even quoted Nigeria's own Supreme Court judgment from Abacha versus Fawahimi, 2000, which declared that the African Charter is binding on Nigeria. In their words, relying on this old colonial law to defend an illegal act is like taking Nigeria back to the age of impunity, where anything goes. They warned that jurisdiction, meaning the court's power, cannot come from illegality. If Kanu was brought in through an illegal process, then his continued detention is unconstitutional. They said, jurisdiction cannot arise from constitutional defilement. The Constitution remains supreme to any errant panel of the law. The lawyers are also challenging the 2023 Supreme Court judgment that refused to free Nnamdi Kanu. They said that decision cannot stand because a smaller panel of 5 judges cannot overrule an earlier decision made by 7 judges. They called it par incuriam, meaning giving in ignorance of the law. At the end, Kanu's legal team sent a clear message to the Nigerian government. Respect the law, respect human rights, and stop trying to justify what is clearly wrong. They said, and I quote, "The extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains an act inconsistent with constitutional and international standards. Neither judicial misdirection nor public commentary can cleanse its illegality." My people, this is no longer about one man. It's about justice and whether Nigeria still respects her own constitution. Because when the law becomes a tool of convenience, then nobody is safe.